Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to consider this. We are all connected, not just physically, not just through words or touch, but through something far deeper, an energy field that transcends time, space, and our limited perceptions. When we think about someone, our mind doesn't just create thoughts in isolation. Every thought is an energy signal that ripples outward into the vast field of consciousness, interacting with the energy of the universe, of others, and like a frequency, it creates an invisible bridge between us. You might not always see it, but it's there. So how do you know when someone is thinking about you? Or more profoundly, how do you know when you're thinking about each other deeply, even if you haven't said a word? 1. The unspoken connection, feeling their presence. You may be sitting alone, lost in your own world, and suddenly a thought of them emerges. You might feel like they're near. It's almost as if their energy is pulling you in, inviting you to pause and become aware of them. This isn't coincidence. This is the field of energy at work. Two people thinking about each other, sending waves that meet in the space between you. The more you are aligned in thought and intention, the more this connection intensifies. To sudden emotional shifts, a deep unexplained feeling. Have you ever had a moment where your mood suddenly shifts? One moment you're calm, and the next you feel an overwhelming sense of joy or perhaps even sadness, as if you're absorbing the emotions of someone else. This is one of the subtler signs. Your emotional state starts to reflect theirs. Your heart and theirs are aligned on the same frequency, and you become aware of each other even when you're apart. Emotions are energy in motion. When two people are connected through thought, this energy can merge, and your emotional state becomes a mirror of their own. This shift isn't random. It's a sign that the mental and emotional energy is circulating between you both, even across distance. 3, through the synchronization, the synchronistic moments. You know those moments when you're about to reach for the phone to text them and you get a message at the exact same time? Or when you think of a song and suddenly it plays on the radio? These are not coincidences. These are synchronicities, the universe aligning itself with the energy you both are emitting at the same time. These moments happen when your thoughts, intentions, and energies are synchronized in such a way that the universe starts responding in kind. The very fabric of space-time bends to show you that you're both in tune with each other's thoughts and feelings. These signs may appear subtle at first, but once you start recognizing them, you'll realize that your connection goes far beyond the physical. Thoughts and emotions aren't confined to the boundaries of your body. They exist in the energy field, and when two minds are aligned, the universe will provide the clues to prove it. Remember, your thoughts are energy, and energy doesn't have limitations. It's not confined by time or space. So the next time you feel their presence or experience a moment of deep emotional connection without explanation, trust that it's more than a coincidence. It's a reflection of the invisible energetic bond that is always there, whether you're aware of it or not. And in this awareness, you will start to realize that the connection between you and the ones you care about is not only real, but it's truly boundless. Energy is the fundamental force that drives everything in our lives, though we often overlook its true significance. Every thought, feeling, and action we experience is a form of energy constantly moving and interacting with the world around us. Our thoughts, as abstract as they may seem, are not confined to the brain. They radiate outward, sending ripples into the energetic field. This is why two people can be connected without speaking a word or even being in the same physical space. Their energy through their thoughts and emotions can still influence each other, creating a connection that defies the limitations of time and distance. When we begin to understand that our internal state is not isolated, we start to see the invisible web of energy that links us to one another. Energy is not just the electric charge in your body or the physical force in motion. It is a conscious, living force that permeates the universe. It flows through us, and we are constantly exchanging it with others. When we think about someone, we are not just forming an abstract idea in our minds. We are sending out energetic signals, consciously or unconsciously, that reach beyond our physical senses. This exchange is powerful because it creates a bond that is not dependent on our awareness. It is through the energy of our thoughts that we often feel connected to people, even if we haven't communicated with them in days, weeks, or years. This unseen connection is the reason why at times we can feel someone thinking about us or be aware of their presence without them physically being there. Energy transcends the space between us, constantly weaving connections that shape our relationships and experiences. Emotion is the powerful force that flows through us, and it is one of the most tangible ways in which we experience energy. It moves us, shifts our perceptions, and affects our interactions with others. Emotions are not just feelings confined to our own minds. They are dynamic energy waves that ripple through our bodies and extend outward into the space around us. When we are connected to another person, whether we realize it or not, our emotional energy can synchronize with theirs. This shared energy is often what creates deep connections between individuals. When we feel a sudden wave of joy, sadness, or anxiety, it's possible that we are tapping into the emotional state of someone else, even if they are far away. Our emotional experiences are more than just reactions to our immediate environment. They can be signals that something deeper is happening beneath the surface. Sometimes we may feel an unexplained emotional shift that we cannot directly attribute to our own circumstances. This shift can be a direct reflection of the emotional state of someone else we are connected to. When two people are emotionally aligned, the energy they send out into the world can overlap and create an almost tangible bond. This emotional exchange happens on a subconscious level, meaning that you don't always need to be aware of the other person's feelings to pick up on them. It's as if there is a deep, invisible conversation happening between energies. As we become more aware of our emotional state and the energy we project, we begin to realize that we are constant and emotional communication with the people around us. Synchronicity is the phenomenon where seemingly unrelated events align in such a way that they feel meaningful and connected. It's more than just coincidence. It's the universe responding to the thoughts, intentions, and energy we emit. When we experience synchronicity, it's as though the events of our lives are conspiring to guide us in certain directions, often showing us that our inner world is aligning with the external one. These moments can be as simple as thinking of someone and having them contact you at the exact moment, or hearing a song that perfectly matches your emotional state. These are not random occurrences. They are the manifestation of the energy we are radiating at that moment. Our thoughts and emotions influence the external world in ways that we may not fully understand, but when we start to notice these synchronicities, it becomes clear that there's an invisible thread connecting us to everything around us. Synchronicity often occurs when our minds are in a state of openness, or when we are deeply aligned with our intentions. It's as though the universe reflects back the energy we are sending out. The more we tune into this, the more we begin to see that everything is connected on a deeper level. These moments of alignment help us recognize the power of our thoughts and energy in shaping our reality. It's not just about thinking positively or hoping for something to happen. It's about being in tune with the vibrational frequency of our desires, emotions, and thoughts. When we are aligned with that frequency, we naturally begin to experience synchronistic events that show us we are on the right path, confirming that we are all energetically connected and that our thoughts are truly shaping the world around us. Intuition is a subtle yet powerful force that guides us through life, often without our conscious awareness. It is the ability to understand or know something without the need for reasoning or logical thought, and it's an integral part of our energetic connection to the world around us. Our intuition operates beyond the confines of our everyday awareness, tapping into the deeper currents of energy that flow through us and between us. This instinctive knowing often surfaces when we least expect it, during moments of deep reflection, emotional intensity, or even in the quiet spaces of daily life. Intuition isn't just a fleeting feeling. It's a form of energetic communication, guiding us toward understanding things that go beyond the surface. When we are intuitively connected to someone, it's as if we can feel their thoughts or emotions without them having to express them. It's that inner knowing that something is happening with them, even if we haven't spoken to them in days. This intuitive connection happens because our energies are constantly interacting, even when we're unaware of it. Our subconscious mind picks up on these energetic signals, sending us messages that we may not always recognize in a logical sense, but we feel them nonetheless. This is why we might suddenly think of someone or get a sense of what they might be going through at any given moment, even if they haven't shared anything with us. Intuition is not confined to personal relationships. It's a tool we all have that allows us to navigate the complexities of life. It helps us make decisions, understand our environment, and connect with others on a deeper, more energetic level. It's the language of energy itself, guiding us through the invisible connections we share with the world. By learning to trust and honor our intuition, we begin to understand the depth of our connection to everything around us, realizing that we are not separate, but intricately woven into the fabric of life. The vibration is the fundamental frequency at which everything in the universe operates. It is the invisible energy that resonates through everything, our bodies, our thoughts, and our emotions. Everything is in a constant state of vibration, whether we are aware of it or not. Our bodies are not just solid forms, they are energetic systems that emit frequencies, and these frequencies influence everything around us. When we think or feel, we are generating vibrations that send out ripples into the world. These vibrations are not isolated within us, they connect us to others, influencing our interactions and relationships. When we are in sync with another person, our vibrations align, creating a resonance that strengthens the connection between us. This can manifest as a deep sense of understanding, where words are no longer necessary to communicate. It's as if we are speaking to each other through the vibration of our energy. Our thoughts, feelings, and emotions are all forms of vibration, and when we share similar emotional or mental states with others, our energies merge and synchronize. It's not always something we can consciously perceive, but it's an underlying force that governs our interactions. Our vibrational frequency is constantly being affected by what we experience, both internally and externally. The people we spend time with, the environment we are in, and even the thoughts we have can raise or lower our vibration. When we are surrounded by negativity or stress, our vibration can become heavy or dissonant, making it more difficult to connect with others. On the other hand, when we are in a state of love, joy, and peace, our vibration becomes lighter and more expansive, allowing us to form deeper, more harmonious connections. By becoming more aware of our own vibration and the vibrations of those around us, we can begin to intentionally create the connections we desire, fostering relationships that are based on resonance and alignment. Communication goes far beyond the spoken word. It is not confined to language, gestures, or facial expressions. True communication happens on a much deeper level, one that transcends physical boundaries and reaches into the realm of energy. Every interaction, even without words, carries meaning. Our energy speaks to others, often louder than any verbal exchange. Through our thoughts, emotions, and the vibrations we emit, we are constantly communicating with the world and those around us. In fact, much of the time, our unconscious communication is more powerful than what we consciously intend to express. When we are connected to someone, the energy we share can convey emotions, intentions, and thoughts that words cannot capture. You may be in a room with someone and feel their energy before they even speak. It's as if their presence alone communicates something, perhaps their mood, their state of mind, or even the unspoken emotions they are carrying. This is because energy and thought have their own language. Our bodies respond to these energetic exchanges, picking up on signals that go beyond verbal communication. When two people are deeply attuned to one another, they can communicate on this nonverbal, energetic level. This is why sometimes we know exactly how someone feels without them telling us, or why we can sense when something is wrong, even in the absence of clear indicators. This form of communication operates within the energetic field we share, a space where thoughts and emotions freely travel. The beauty of this connection lies in its immediacy. There's no need for translation. It's an instinctive form of understanding, a silent but powerful conversation that flows beneath the surface of our ordinary day-to-day interactions. It is through this energetic communication that we often form the strongest bonds, creating connections that are felt deeply. Even if they are never articulated aloud, awareness is the key to understanding the invisible connections that exist between us. It is the ability to be present in the moment, to notice the subtle shifts in our environment and within ourselves. When we are aware, we become more attuned to the energetic exchanges that occur around us. This heightened awareness allows us to perceive things that we might otherwise overlook. Those small, seemingly insignificant signals that reveal deeper truths. We begin to realize that everything we experience is interconnected, from our thoughts to our emotions to the people we interact with. Awareness helps us to see beyond the physical and to recognize the energy that binds us to one another. Being aware is more than just noticing what is happening on the surface. It is about tuning into the underlying vibrations that drive our experiences. When we pay attention to our feelings, our intuitive responses, and the patterns that arise in our lives, we gain insight into the unseen forces at play. This awareness opens the door to understanding how our thoughts, emotions, and intentions shape the world around us. It also enables us to sense when someone is thinking about us or when an emotional shift is taking place within ourselves or others. We become more sensitive to the subtle shifts in energy that signal changes in the dynamic between us and those we are connected to. As we cultivate this awareness, we begin to see how it influences our relationships and our overall experience of the world. We realize that we are not isolated individuals moving through life, but part of a vast, interconnected web of energy. By staying present and aware, we strengthen our ability to pick up on these connections, enhancing our understanding of ourselves and others in ways that go beyond the limitations of language or logic. Intuition often operates as an unseen guide, quietly steering us in ways that logic cannot always explain. It is that inner knowing, the sudden sense that we should do something or that something is about to happen even though there's no concrete reason for us to believe so. Intuition doesn't rely on rationality and is not bound by time or physical space. It's a deep subconscious understanding that arises when we are aligned with the energy around us. This intuitive awareness taps into the collective field of information, drawing upon subtle vibrations and energetic patterns that our conscious minds may not immediately recognize. It's an unspoken connection to the world and to others, a communication that transcends our everyday perceptions. When we are emotionally and mentally open, we allow ourselves to receive intuitive insights more freely. Our intuition speaks through feelings, images, or flashes of knowing that seem to come from nowhere. Sometimes it's a strong gut feeling, an immediate sense of something being right or wrong. Other times it may appear as an inexplicable urge to reach out to someone, to make a decision, or to change our course without knowing exactly why. The more we trust our intuition, the clearer and stronger it becomes, guiding us with a sense of confidence that doesn't rely on external validation. Intuition is also deeply connected to our relationships. It's through intuition that we sense the energy of others, picking up on their feelings or thoughts without them needing to express them verbally. It's in those moments of connection where we feel that deep knowing, even across distances, and understand each other on an energetic level. This intuitive bond strengthens our relationships, deepens our understanding, and leads us to act in ways that align with the energy we share, even when we don't consciously know why. Vibration is the core essence of our existence and the universal language of energy. Everything in life is vibrating, from the smallest particle to the largest galaxy. Our thoughts, emotions, and physical bodies all emit vibrations which shape our reality and influence the world around us. When we are aware of the vibration we carry, we begin to realize that we are constantly sending out energetic frequencies that can either align with or repel the energies of others. The energy we radiate creates a field that others can feel, whether they are aware of it or not. Our personal vibration is shaped by our mental, emotional, and physical states. When we are aligned with positive emotions like love, joy, and gratitude, our vibration becomes lighter and higher, creating an open, welcoming energy field. On the other hand, when we experience negative emotions like fear, anger, or sadness, our vibration becomes denser, often closing us off from others. The more we consciously choose to maintain a high vibrational state, the more we attract experiences and people that resonate with that frequency. This concept of vibration is deeply connected to how we interact with others. When two people share similar emotional states or thought patterns, their vibrations align, creating a deeper bond or sense of harmony between them. It's not just about physical attraction or surface-level connections, it's about the energy that flows between individuals. People often feel drawn to one another because their vibrational frequencies are in sync. This mutual resonance fosters a sense of understanding, trust, and connection, allowing for communication that transcends words and manifests as a shared energy. The more we nurture positive, uplifting vibrations within ourselves, the more we amplify these connections, creating a ripple effect that influences everyone we encounter. Synchronicity is a phenomenon that goes beyond mere coincidence. It's the meaningful alignment of events, thoughts, and feelings that seem to happen by chance but carry a deeper connection and purpose. These moments, when time and space seem to fold in on themselves, reveal the interwoven nature of our lives with the universe. Synchronicity often arises when we are in a state of heightened awareness, when we are open to the flow of energy and are in tune with the vibrations around us. It's the subtle force that connects us to the unseen patterns in the universe, showing us that we are not just passive observers, but active participants in the flow of life. These synchronistic events may seem trivial at first. A song that perfectly fits the moment you are experiencing, or an unexpected meeting that aligns with a thought you had moments before. But these seemingly random occurrences are messages from the universe, affirming that our thoughts, emotions, and energy are influencing the course of events. The more we become aware of synchronicity, the more it seems to happen. It's almost as though the universe is echoing back our intentions, reinforcing the idea that our energy and thoughts are shaping our external reality. These moments remind us that we are not isolated, but instead we are connected to everything and everyone around us. When we experience synchronicity, we often feel a sense of awe and wonder, as if something greater than ourselves is at work. It's a reminder that there is a deeper intelligence that governs life, one that moves in subtle but powerful ways. We begin to understand that life is not just a series of random events, but a series of meaningful connections and energies aligning to guide us toward our highest potential.